So today, we are filming a talk show, and you are going to be our host.
Really? Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Ooh, fun.
Yes,
All
come
right.
with me. What is love? Well, you can break it down into three components: passion, intimacy, and commitment. Together, they make up the triangular theory of love, psychology's most robust model of love. So, what comes first? What leads to what? Well, it can really start with any, but your relationship has a better shot at surviving long-term if it possesses at least two of these components at any given time. Here's where it gets tricky, though. You can make a choice to commit to someone, but you can't decide one day to be intimate. So where does intimacy come from? How do two people grow to the point where they can just tell each other anything? Well, social scientists say the key to intimacy is expressing vulnerability and curiosity. To test this out, we did what we do best. We set up an experiment. First, we brought in a group of couples to act as our subjects and created a talk show. We made one partner the host and the other the guest. This slipped them into roles requiring one to be curious and the other to open up and be vulnerable. Each host had a stack of personal questions, but I didn't let them read them until the show was already underway. And I don't feel bad about that, because this is science.
Come on in. Thank you for joining me on my show.
To join you on your show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be interviewing you tonight. I have a series
real?
of questions. Yeah.
Question number one.
What strengths do I bring to our relationship?
That's an easy one, actually. You bring a lot of compassion, a lot of awareness. Some things I probably shouldn't say in public.
Describe the first moment you knew I was it for you.
When you sent me a video of yourself because you didn't know how to use Skype. So you made a video of yourself and then emailed it to me.
You know, I love the things that are just you. I like the fact that you sing me silly songs into my voicemail.
And it was just your face and you saying hello. But I was smitten from that moment.
She stalked me, so
I did.
it was a good
I
thing.
stalked
She
him.
stalked me.
When we were hanging out down in the park, we had I don't know.
A moment?
I just knew.
And from that day, we've been together, and it's been 531 days, so it's a good thing.
It is.
When was a time in our lives when you think our relationship needed more attention?
I'm not sure.
Well, you know, you followed me out here to LA, and I told you if you don't move with me, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna do the long distance thing, which I think was really selfish of me.
How satisfied are you with the amount of time we spend together?
Actually, that's a good question because we met later in life, so I feel that critical, acute sense of time with you. But the blessing is because I'm so conscious about the fact that the clock is always ticking. This is one day less.
You know, now I really want to focus on not being so selfish and thinking about what you want and
our future,
yeah.
I guess when I was following you out here, I felt kind of one-sided.
What's one way we could be a better couple?
We could better learn how to get through the difficult parts.
What are you most scared?
About our future.
That you won't be able to keep up with me. Because I'm just always energy go, and you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm sleeping.
I find that when we get into an argument, we both just repeat the same thing back at each other. And that trick of like saying, I hear what you're saying, let me make sure that I'm hearing it correctly. But that's so boring when you're in the heat of passion, so I don't know if we'll ever get there.
What if you guys fall out of love with me? And I don't want that to happen. So I'm scared.
You know, one of the things I'm realizing right now as you're talking is one of the big parts about relationships is fear management.
Yeah, it's hard, but I think you're right. Like, don't let it escalate. Don't let it get too hot in the negative sense.
Right. Only hot in the positive sense.
I just don't want to make you feel bad about yourself, I guess. I don't want to lose you either.
Well, I'm lucky to have a teammate who's so capable.
I don't know, I'm just learning.
Now, we observed varying levels of fear and anxiety in subjects during moments of vulnerability, which makes a lot of sense. There's a real possibility of getting rejected or hurt. But in none of our subjects did this actually happen.
Well, thank you for joining the show
was that our
today,
fun? I like
Mr.
that.
Husband.
Thank you. Join us next week when we're Q&Ing from my perspective too.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
You never know.
I would like that.
Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Like now?
Yep.
All right.
He's gonna be the guest now, and you're gonna be our host. Yes.
Okay.
Let me ask you, what is something we used to do that you miss now?
I think like the limerence phase of things and just really being swooned and like getting to have quality romantic time.
Okay. So this is a funny one because we have this kind of ongoing joke in the relationship that I'm kind of the male side of the relationship.
I think it's easy because we spend so much time together just doing life and regular things that becomes our norm. And it would just be great to have those, like, even though we spent all day together, let's go on like a date.
What scares you the most about our future?
What strengths do I bring to our relationship?
Oh man, you bring the maturity, I think, sometimes. I'm not very logical sometimes. I'm very emotional with my decisions and everything I do, and you always bring me back down to earth.
You definitely bring the love.
Like when you opened the car door the other night, you like walked all the way around to do that. Really meant a lot. It's like a nice little icing on the cake.
That's not hard to do. You can do that.
Absolutely, without question, what scares me is losing you. I cannot imagine my life without you, which is crazy because I specifically didn't think I was a romantic person.
He shows me tons of love and affection and sensitivity.
She
If
has the
anything, I need to be.
I feel like you bring me out of my shell. You take me out of my comfort zone, and I like it.
And then I met you, and it was like I got hit by lightning. I mean, it was like, there's the one. And I didn't even know anything about you. So this relationship has changed my entire understanding of life and the universe and everything.
Not just regular love, but unconditional love. And that is something that I heard of it, I knew of it, but you brought it.
I see in you what you don't let anybody else see, and I love like building your confidence because you're so great, and I love you. And
Thanks, babe. I love you too.
You're the meaning of my life, and without you, what's the point?
I really want to kiss him now.
Kiss.
Now, one of the most important things to know about love is it never stays in the same place. Intimacy and passion rise and fall with the stresses of life. So, if you feel a drop now and then, don't freak out. Doesn't mean a relationship's broken. It's just the nature of how love works. So, do what you saw here, and put some energy into learning more about someone, even if you think you know it all, and have the guts to be vulnerable. You can't get anywhere if you don't take risks. I'm Julian, and this has been The Science of Love.
SoulPancake, subscribe!